Welcome back to the Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
Today, we're tackling a big one. A story most people know, or think they know, Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet.
Absolutely. A classic of classics.
Right. And our mission really is to go a bit deeper than just the balcony scene. We want to unpack the core story, the big themes, using the material we've looked at.
Kind of a shortcut to really getting it beyond just the plot points.
Exactly. Finding those key nuggets, maybe some surprising bits too.
Yeah.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Well, what's fascinating here, I think, is how a play from way back, like 1595-ish,
Yeah, over 400 years.
it still hits so hard. It's not just some dusty old text.
No way.
It's got this incredible mix of romance, sure, but also intense drama, amazing poetry.
Mm-hmm.
And those core ideas, love, fate, how impulsive young people can be, they just don't get old. That's what we need to dig into.
I totally agree. And you can't really get into the love story without first understanding the world it happens in. That initial conflict, it's everything.
It set the whole stage.
So picture Verona. It sounds lovely, right? But underneath, there's this bitter feud simmering. The Montagues and the Capulets, these two big families, just hate each other.
And it's ancient history, right? Nobody probably even remembers how it started.
Exactly. It's just how things are. And it spills out onto the streets, actual fighting.
Yeah.
It gets so bad the Prince Aeschylus, has to lay down the law. He basically says, okay, next person who starts a public brawl, death penalty.
Wow. Serious stuff.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? About the kind of city where family fights could just take over like that.
It does. And it immediately tells you this isn't just like a minor disagreement. This feud is toxic. It affects everyone.
This is like a disease in the city.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like a character itself, this hatred. It dictates everything, limits everyone's choices. Love doesn't stand much of a chance in that kind of environment, you'd think.
Or maybe it makes it burn brighter. Because right into this mess, love just crashes the party, literally. Romeo Montague decides, on a whim really, to sneak into a Capulet masquerade ball.
Bold move. Very Montague.
Totally. And there, behind the masks, he sees Juliet Capulet. Bang! Instant connection.
Love at first sight. The real deal.
Before either of them has a clue who the other one is.
Yeah.
From the enemy family.
Oh, the irony is just classic Shakespeare, isn't it?
Right.
This pure, intense feeling sparks up completely separate from the feud just for a moment.
Yeah, like in a bubble.
But then reality hits. Hard. And also, it speaks to that youthful impulsiveness again. There's no thinking, no hesitation. It's just immediate fire.
And it moves so fast. Like the very next day, they're already seeking out Friar Lawrence.
The friar, yeah. He's an interesting one.
He is. Seems like a good guy, wants peace.
Yeah.
And he agrees to marry them, secretly.
Which is a huge risk for him.
Massive. But the source materials suggest his big hope, maybe a bit naive, was that their marriage, this joining of the families, could actually be the thing to finally stop the fighting.
Right. Using their love strategically almost, trying to heal the city's wound.
To gamble.
A huge gamble. And it shows how desperate things are, that they have to hide this fundamental commitment. Their lives are literally the stakes for his peace plan.
And then, well, things start to go wrong. Fast.
Yeah, the downward spiral begins.
Remember Tybalt, Juliet's cousin, super fiery, loyal to the Capulets to a fault.
The hothead, yeah.
He recognizes Romeo, challenges him. Romeo tries to back down, but then Tybalt kills Romeo's best friend, Mercutio.
Oh, Mercutio. Such a great character.
And Romeo just snaps. Blindsided by grief and rage, he fights Tybalt and kills him.
An eye for an eye. The feud claims another victim.
And the consequences, immediate, devastating. Romeo is banished, kicked out of Verona forever.
So close, yet so far.
They get one night, one secret night together as husband and wife, and then he has to leave for Mantua. Juliet's just left there, totally shattered.
And this is where you really see fate, or maybe just terrible luck, tightening its grip. That cycle of revenge, it leads directly to the banishment. And the banishment then becomes the key thing that sets off all the misunderstandings later.
It's like one wrong turn after another.
It really shows how violence just breeds more violence, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And banishment back then, it wasn't just moving away. It was like social death. Brutal.
Absolutely brutal. And while Romeo's gone, things get even worse for Juliet.
As if they could.
Her parents, clueless about the secret marriage, decide the best way to cheer her up is to marry her off to this nobleman, Paris. Like, right away.
Terrible timing. Completely misreading the situation.
So Juliet's trapped. Utterly desperate, she goes back to Friar Lawrence, basically begging for a way out.
And he comes up with another plan, a really risky one.
Extremely risky. He gives her a potion, says it'll make her look dead for, what, 42 hours?
Yeah, a specific time, long enough, supposedly.
The idea is everyone thinks she's dead. They put her in the family tomb, and then she'll wake up, and the friar will get word to Romeo, and they can escape together.
It's such a classic Shakespearean plot device, isn't it? So complex, so many things have to go exactly right.
Which you just know they won't.
Exactly. It relies on perfect timing, perfect communication, and it also shows Juliet's side of that impulsiveness, her total devotion. She'll fake her own death. That's extreme.
Terrifying, really. Imagine taking that potion.
Yeah. Shows how desperate she was.
And here it is. The fatal mistake. The core of the tragedy, almost.
The communication breakdown.
The message from the friar, the one explaining the whole she's not really a dead plan. It never reaches Romeo and Mantua.
Ugh, just agonizing. Why? Was a messenger delayed? Bad luck.
Doesn't even matter why, really. The result is the same. All Romeo hears is the news. Juliet is dead.
And he believes it completely.
He's destroyed, rushes out, buys the strongest poison he can find, and heads straight back to Verona, to her tomb.
That one failed message. It's heartbreaking because it feels like it could have been avoided.
Right. So close.
It just highlights how fragile everything is. Life, love, plans, all undone by a single piece of bad luck or fate or whatever you want to call it. Makes you think about how much relies on just getting the message through, you know?
It really does. And that leads us to the end. The final, awful scene.
Yeah, the tomb.
Romeo gets there. He finds Juliet, looking dead, believing she's gone forever.
He takes the poison.
Dies right beside her, just moments later.
She wakes up, as planned.
Wakes up to find her husband dead next to her.
Oh, the timing. It's just cruel.
By seeing him dead, there's no hesitation for her either. She finds his dagger.
And ends her own life. For real this time.
Their deaths. This ultimate sacrifice. It finally does what the friar hoped the marriage would do.
It ends the feud. The Montagues and Capulets finally see the cost of their hatred.
But as the source material makes clear, what a terrible, terrible price for peace.
It's the ultimate tragic irony, isn't it? Peace comes, but only after the innocents who deserved it most are destroyed by the conflict.
Yeah.
It really forces you to look at the cost of holding on to hate, generation after generation. Sometimes the only end is total destruction. It's a chilling message.
So what does this all mean? We sort of walked through the story again, seen that spark of love, the heavy weight of the feud, all those near misses and bad timings. The
cascade of tragedy.
Right. We've seen how fast things can fall apart, how much damage miscommunication and just acting without thinking can do.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the source material really points to a few key takeaways that still feel relevant.
Okay.
First, obviously, that stark contrast, love versus hate. Their intense passion was like a light against the darkness of the family feud, but the darkness ultimately swallowed it.
Tragically, yeah.
Second, you can't ignore fate and chance. That missed message, the unfortunate timing of the fights. It really feels like forces beyond their control were pushing them towards disaster.
Almost like they were doomed from the start. Star-crossed lovers.
Exactly. And third, youth and impulsiveness. Both Romeo and Juliet make huge, life-altering decisions in the heat of the moment, driven by intense emotion without maybe thinking through the consequences.
That passionate intensity is part of what makes them compelling, but also leads to disaster.
Right. And finally, Shakespeare is sending a really clear warning about the cost of feuds. He shows how these cycles of revenge and pride just poison everything, destroy lives, and ultimately leave everyone worse off.
It really makes you stop and think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This story from centuries ago.
Still resonates.
Yeah. These themes, the conflicts that seem impossible to solve, how vital it is to actually communicate clearly the ripple effects of our choices.
Or even not making choices.
Right. How do those things play out now in our own lives or just, in the wider world? Feels like there's always something new to take away from it.
There really is.
Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into Romeo and Juliet. We hope digging into it like this offered some fresh perspective.
Hope so, too.